we're going to move on to Ankur's question. It says, when starting the 401k journey, Roth 401k was not a thing. Now I find myself in my 40s with no Roth dollars, healthy 401k dollars, and I'm in a higher tax bracket now. Should I prioritize regular 401k or Roth 401k?
All right, so Ankur, we don't know enough about all of your different financial variables to be able to give you like specific advice around this. But here's what we say generally. If you are in a lower tax situation, we define lower taxes. If you add up your marginal federal rate and you add up your state marginal rate and it's below 25%, there's a really good chance that Roth makes sense for you. Now, if you're in a higher tax situation, meaning you add your marginal federal and your marginal state and it's above 30%, you're in a higher tax situation. And we would argue that every dollar you put on the pre-tax side of your 401k can be super, super valuable. I mean, you can think about it. $1 goes in, saves me 30 cents in taxes. That's kind of like a 30% imputed rate of return today. So it's really, really hard to walk away from that current year tax benefit. But we see this all the time, Brian. People get later on in their careers, later on in life, and they've not yet begun building Roth dollars. One, do high income folks have an option to build Roth? And two, does it mean that he has to start building Roth dollars right now today?
Well, Ankur, I want to make you feel better about something. There's a trend that's been going on with tax laws that have been set up coming out of Washington, D.C. is that we have this timer in the background for all of our retirement savings, especially the traditional ones that you've been funding because you're in a higher tax bracket, where you knew at 70 and a half, you were going to have to start making required minimum distributions.
Up now to like 73, 75.
Now it's 75 years of age likely for you. So there's an additional 5 years. And why does that matter? Because a lot of people, I think, have the same regret or fear that they didn't get to save Roth dollars because that was a concept that kind of started around 98 in the IRAs, and then it turned into Roth 401ks. But you would miss that opportunity because of your tax rate. You're going to have an opportunity, especially if you retire anytime before 75. Once your earned income falls off, your taxable income likely is going to drop as well. And that's going to drive you into a much lower marginal tax rate. And it's not uncommon, and we do this for a lot of our clients. We do a lot of Roth conversion planning from whenever they retire to required minimum distribution age. You use those years and you do a tax projection every year, right around October, November of every year, where you figure out, hey, what's my income and my tax obligation going to be for the year? And which tax rate, marginal rate am I going to be? And if it's in a low enough marginal tax rate, how much can I convert of those traditional retirement dollars, those tax deferred accounts, and still maximize that lower tax rate? It's a great planning opportunity. So don't feel stressed out just because you don't have a lot of Roth. Now, I will tell you, as you get older and you're getting to a point where you say, yes, I don't have the wealth multiplier. If you go to moneyguy.com/resources, you can see what your wealth multiplier by age is. A lot of times as you get 50s and beyond, you realize your wealth multiplier is not as high, but maybe from a legacy standpoint, if you have children and other things, because Roth accounts are, you still have to pay them out for 10 years unless you have a special needs child or somebody, there's some unique, language in there for spouses and other things, but it's still 10 years of tax-free growth potentially. So think about it from a legacy perspective as well, but there's some great opportunities. You haven't missed the boat. It's just there's yet more to come.
Can I throw out one other planning opportunity that I would encourage you to think about? For a lot of high-income individuals who make too much money to be able to contribute directly to Roth IRAs, there is a strategy where you could potentially do backdoor Roth IRA contributions, or we call it Roth conversion strategy, where if your account structure is right, meaning you don't have any other IRA rollovers or SEP IRAs or simple IRAs, you just have Roth assets and then qualified assets like 401k, 403b, there's nothing that says that you couldn't do a non-deductible traditional IRA contribution and then convert those dollars to Roth, and that's a tax-free conversion if you did not take the deduction on the front end. If you want to know more about that, we talk tons about backdoor Roths at moneyguy.com. You can go search any of the shows we've done on that. But for higher income folks, I would love a scenario where You're maxing out your 401k on the pre-tax side, getting all of that tax savings this year, and then still doing backdoor. So that way it's not either or, it's a both and you're building up both of those buckets.
And then there's even an additional option with the mega backdoor.
Oh,
Roth.
yeah, that's a great
if
one.
you're
If you have the
structured in the
option.
right retirement plan, you have a high enough, if you're especially W-2, high income W-2, there's opportunities for that too. And we've done content, to go research on that as well.